Good evening. We begin with a story you'll only see on 12 News. It's not a happy one. A soon-to-be mother's life upended one night when a driver reportedly ran a red light, hitting her. The crash killed her unborn daughter. Tonight, according to a newly filed lawsuit, the driver of the vehicle that hit her was a Tempe police officer who was on duty at the time. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Karima Devine. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly spoke exclusively with that woman and her attorney as they seek justice. And he is joining us live outside of Tempe Police Headquarters with that story. Chase?
Mark, that officer no longer working here at the Tempe Police Department, not because of this crash. We learned that months later he was arrested for a separate incident. Jade Schoen remembers her very first ultrasound as an expecting mother.
Seeing, a baby for the first time, I was excited.
Naming her daughter Isla Quinn. But just 22 weeks into her pregnancy, that moment was taken from her.
It's hard losing a child and knowing that you're not going to be able to bring them home.
Last May, Schoen was driving home when she entered the intersection at Broadway and Dobson Road. Out of nowhere, she was hit.
I do remember kind of getting jolted.
So you did have the green light when you were driving?
Yes.
These are photos taken from the crash. Jade was seriously injured from the impact. Her first concern, immediately going to Isla.
Feeling the pain in my abdomen, took the seatbelt off and kind of just held my stomach for a second.
She told first responders she was 22 weeks pregnant and was taken to the hospital. Everything seemed okay until doctors ran an ultrasound.
She believed that the placenta might have detached a little, and she could see some internal bleeding.
They ran more tests and did another scan to check on Jade's unborn daughter. When doctors went to tell her the results, she knew something was wrong.
She looked at me and let me know that, she couldn't see the heart beating anymore.
An unimaginable grief no mother ever wants to go through.
That's when we found out that we had lost her. I didn't know what to say. Sat there crying for a while.
What Jade didn't realize until weeks later, the person who reportedly ran through a red light and hit her was Tempe police officer Zachary Hyde.
Shocking, but it also made me angry. Never thought something like that could ever happen.
Alicia Funkhauser, Jade's attorney, says Hyde was on duty and in a police cruiser. Funkhauser says Hyde was stopped at a red light when he reportedly flipped on his lights and sirens and tried to go through the intersection, hitting Jade's car.
We count on the police to protect us and not to harm us, and this never should have happened. This was completely and easily preventable.
Officer Hyde is no longer with the Tempe Police Department. About 2 months after this crash, Hyde was arrested for DUI, even after he received a reward from Mothers Against Drunk Driving for his work. Funkhauser has now filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Hyde and the City of Tempe. Jade calling for justice. At the same time, she thinks about what her life would be like if this crash never happened, with Isla in her arms.
There is still a lot of pain.
At this time, it's unclear if Hyde faced any repercussions for this crash. We did reach out to the Tempe Police Department for comment on this story, but they declined due to the pending litigation. We're live in Tempe tonight. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
All right, Chase, thanks.